2 prophets, 1 country, and a series of visions, some say have already come true. Siener van Rensburg, a simple Boer farmer whose visions have both fascinated and terrified generations, from predicting the fall of Afrikaner rule to foreseeing the rise of a future leader. But was he right? And what happens next? Before we continue, if you're loving the content and want to take things to the next level, why not consider joining the channel? As a member, you'll unlock some seriously awesome perks. We're talking exclusive badges, emojis to flex in the comments, sneak peeks of upcoming videos, and even special shoutouts during the show. Plus, you'll be directly supporting the channel so I can keep bringing you the best content possible. Just hit that join button below and take your seat among the legends. And hey, if you're not ready to join, no worries. Your likes, comments, and shares still mean the world to me. Thanks for being here, and no rat, you are appreciated. Let's keep this party going. Born in 1864 in the Transvaal, South Africa, Nicolaas Peter Johannes Janse van Rensburg, known as Siener van Rensburg, was no ordinary man. To some, he was a seer gifted with prophetic visions. To others, he was a lunatic. Raised on a farm with little formal education, Siener claimed to receive visions from God, often while praying or during times of great distress. His abilities became well known during the Anglo-Boer War, where he served as a spiritual guide for the Boers. His visions supposedly guided Boer commandos away from danger, earning him both respect and skepticism. But his visions weren't limited to war strategy. They spoke of South Africa's future, of bloodshed, racial tension, and even divine intervention. For many, Siener's prophetic gift was proof of God's guidance. But for others, his warnings were nothing more than the hallucinations of a man caught up in the madness of war. Siener van Rensburg's visions covered everything from local conflicts to worldwide events. He foresaw the downfall of Afrikaner power, predicting that the South African government would be overtaken by those who opposed its original values. He described visions of racial conflict, with violent uprisings shaking the nation to its core, foreign powers interfering, and ultimately, a catastrophic war that would devastate the land. But his most intriguing vision was the rise of a new leader, someone who would emerge from the chaos to restore order. A leader described by his followers as the Great Leader, a messianic figure who would unite the Afrikaner people and rebuild what was lost. Beyond South Africa, Siener also claimed to foresee events like the World Wars, the collapse of European empires, and the coming of a worldwide conflict that would change the course of history. But with every vision comes interpretation. And many wonder, were these prophecies truly from God? Or were they simply the fevered dreams of a man desperate to give his people hope? In recent years, many have pointed to Siener's predictions as evidence of his prophetic gift. Economic instability, political corruption, social decay, all seem to echo his words. Supporters argue that his vision of a racial civil war is already beginning, with rising crime rates, political instability, and racial tensions tearing the nation apart. The Great Leader prophecy is also a topic of much debate. Who is this leader? And has he already emerged? Or are his followers still waiting for someone who may never come? But critics argue that his visions are vague, that they could be twisted to fit any narrative. After all, how many prophecies throughout history have been reinterpreted to fit new events? And yet, the more South Africa's troubles continue to grow, the more believers claim that Siener's warnings were genuine. Prophecy or paranoia? That's the question. For many Afrikaners, Siener van Rensburg's visions are not just tales from the past, they're warnings for the future. And if he was right, what should be done to prepare? His words still echo in the hearts of those who cling to the hope of a promised revival. And as South Africa's struggles worsen, the desperation for answers only grows. But Siener's predictions weren't just about South Africa. They hinted at something much bigger. A worldwide event that would forever change the course of history. Was Siener merely a man grasping for answers in a chaotic world? Or was he truly gifted with foresight? This is just the beginning. To truly understand Siener van Rensburg's visions, we need to dive deeper. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us as we uncover the truth behind the Boer Prophet's most shocking prophecies. Thanks for watching.